Good morning, all. Thanks for joining. So, today we are going to learn some interesting information about Linux. Okay. So, what is the main topic we are going to learn today is what is a Linux architecture first. Okay. Linux architecture. Example, suppose there is a computer is a so this is a complete hardware, right? Okay. So I have spent some amount, I purchased it. I'm asking this computer, hey, please play video. So please play some songs. So please create one document. Okay. So I'm telling some information to my system, but my system will not listen. Why? The system is not ready to listen whatever the instructions I'm giving. Because in this particular hardware, there is no interface. Whatever the user inputs are giving, the inputs is not ready to take because there is no interface. So for that reason, so we have to install some piece of software. So the piece of software is nothing but kernel. So kernel is heart of the operating system. Kernel, right? Kernel. This is kernel. Okay. This is kernel. So this is your hardware. The hardware will be managed with a kernel. So kernel is your heart of the operating system. Perfect. The next question is how kernel was made. Any idea? How kernel is developed? With the help of which software? Which programming language?
C
That's
program.
correct answer. C language. Yes. So kernel is developed with the C language. So this is myself, Rajesh. I'm giving instructions to hardware. So I have a kernel. Hey, please play video. So the hardware will not understand, okay, whatever the input I'm giving, because kernel was written in the C language. But really I don't know C language, what it is. So if you want to talk to the computer, everyone you knows C language. That is possible practically? No, right? So basically the kernel will be talks to hardware in compiler language. So guys, when we are watching English movies, you'll get this kind of numbers, 0 1s 0 1s like this. Yeah.
Yeah,
What is
correct.
this? What is this? What is
Binary,
this?
binary language.
This is a binary language. Binary language. So the kernel will be talks to the system with the binary level language. Whatever the information you're giving, okay, I'm writing Hrithik Roshan, Aishwarya Rai, okay, so Salman Khan, Amazon Line X. So whatever the information I'm giving input here, that information will be converted to this binary level language. Only this hardware will understand only this language. Computers knows only zeros and ones. Okay. But in zeros, ones combination, the data will be stored in that memory chip. They can understand. Okay. That low level language to high level language, high level language to low level language will be converting the process called compiler. So compilers will be available. Okay. Wonderful. But how I can give the information to kernel? That's again very difficult because of I don't know C language. I don't know C language. So user will be talking to a kernel. One more interface was developed. Okay. One more interface was developed. One more interface was developed. One more interface was developed. So do you know what is this called? Shell. Shell is developed. So here is a shell. With the help of shell, I can give the inputs to the kernel. Kernel will be talks to the hardware and I can do my job. My work will get fulfilled. But the shell, we cannot directly manageable. So for that reason, one more outmost layer will be get created. Okay. One more layer will get created. The layer we called as, any idea? User
UI.
interface. Yes, UI. User interface layer will get created. Right. User interface layer will get created. So with the help of user interface layer, I'm going to give the inputs. So the shell will receive the information and will pass to the kernel. So kernel will be converting to the low level language of the hardware in a binary language, and the system will store the information, and same level, the output will get repeated in a reverse order. So these all operations when we are executing, so through interface only. But again, the interfaces are two types. The interfaces are two types. The one interfaces we called as CLI, command line interface. Okay. One interface is command line interface. Another interface is nothing but, any idea? Graphical user interface. GUI. We called as GUI, graphical user interface. Right. So now like this, these are the two interfaces are there. There are two interfaces are there. Everybody understand now how the Linux architecture was built?
Yes, Rajesh.
Clear?
It's clear. Yes.
Okay. So most of the people maybe think like that, why Rajesh, you are directly, you can create this image file, you can directly show me, I can understand. Because I don't want to teach a separately planning diagram tools. So in entire program, you simultaneously you will learn this planning tool. Okay. I'm not a drawing master to drawing the pictures. Okay, you can think everybody will become as an architect. So you need this type of diagrams you need to build and explaining to the clients. So client will not understand only through pictures. So that's only the possible through this type of tools. So the day one, if you're going and if you're trying to creating the pictures now, definitely it's not possible. Even though it's a user friendly tool, but you don't know how to use it. So from the day one, you need to create your own diagrams. So create one file on your local system, create multiple pages. Whatever the diagram I'm creating, you can create your own diagrams with a beautiful pictures. You can create it. Maybe I'm not a best planner. Okay, you can create with your own ideas. Okay, please use this tool. It's a completely free. Okay, so now the Linux architecture is wonderful. Now I'm going back to my environment, Singapore location, EC2. So the same architecture is available in this Linux operating system. In this Linux operating system. Well and good. So next I'm going to connect this. I'm going to connect this server. So I'm going to select SGP AL Web 01. I'm going to start the instance. Guys, one more important update. Right now, the instance is a stopped condition, right? You please come down to in a detail section. Public IP address is a empty. Only private IP address is there. I explained, right, for Gopi Krishna. See, only the private IP address is a permanent IP address always, even whether you shut down, whether you power on, whether you reboot it, the IP address will be available. Once you shut down the server, the public IP address will be revoked. It will be taken back by Amazon. So once you power on, the same IP address will not come, new IP address will come. Okay. Who will be providing the new IP address? Amazon DHCP pool. Amazon DHCP pool will be providing a public IP address to the instance. So now I'm refreshing here. Now the instance is powering on. See, it's a pending state. Now the public IP address is assigned. Once you quickly start, one IP address will be assigned to the instance by Amazon DHCP pool. Okay, that's controlled by Amazon. You don't have any control permission. So once the server is up and running, then I will connect with the PuTTY or maybe Mobaxstrom. Then I'll run the basic commands. I'll show you how Linux file system will be available. Let's copy the public IP address. So I think PuTTY, there is a two versions are there. This is a old version. Once you select the SSH, by default authentication here, the private key will be asking. And I have one more PuTTY file is there. That's the latest one, recently downloaded. So that PuTTY file is something is different. Okay. So that's a new file. So when you expand SSH, authentication credentials will be there. So here you will get a private key file. Here you will get private key file. Okay. Both are same, guys. Don't worry about that. Accept EC2-user. So when you're connecting this PuTTY console, definitely the console will be a very small font. You can increase based on your requirement, and even font style, font color also you can change based on your requirement. Right click on the white top banner. So you can go to change settings, and here there's an option called appearance, and click on change font settings. Okay. Now here you can change the font type, font style, font size. That's your wish. I'm going to increase the font size up to 16. Click OK, apply. That's it. Now successfully, the font size is increased. So now I can select this Amazon Linux 2023. This is the operating system version.
Sir, this setting will be applicable only for the single session. The another session will again need to be do.
So yes, so Putty only one session we can connect. If you want to connect another server, right click new session. Again, you need to connect one more window.
So whatever we have done the font size and that thing again need to be do that in the new session setting.
Probably.
Okay.
So example, if you are going to duplicate session, okay, see the same font size we got it. Maybe if you close, again go to the default settings.
Okay.
Understand?
Understand.
Right. So now I have created two duplicate screens. Okay, perfect. So first I will explain the console how look likes. So normally I'll compare to Windows guys, then only you'll understand. Okay. If directly I'm explaining Linux, it's a boring subject. Huh? So for a change, I'll compare whatever the Windows system you are using, the Windows system or Linux systems are similar actually. Okay, same type of file system will be there. I'll show you. Suppose if you open a file explorer in your Windows machine, okay, you know where you are. You know where you are. Example, if you're selecting some drive, yes, you can understand, yes, I'm in drive D and these are the files and folders are available. But in your Linux machine, so this is a information it will be showing you. So you are currently in this location. But how can you understand exact location? Exact location, how can you find out? Hmm? So there is a command called pwd. Pwd, print working directory. Print working directory or present working directory. Okay, whatever it is. Okay. So you are in slash home slash ec2 hyphen user. This is a location you are currently, your screen will be visible. That's a showing here. Guys, don't write any notes. I will give you. Okay. Don't write any notes. I'll give you. Right. So this is a way your present working directory will be available. You can check this. Now, you know, in Windows machine, if you go to this PC, C drive, D drive, this is a multiple drives are showing, right? How can you check that multiple drives information in Linux? So the main root drive is a slash. So slash. Where is the slash? This is a slash. The first one slash is there, right? Forward slash. That is a root directory. So will you go to that particular location? Is this possible? Yes, it is possible. CD space dot dot enter. CD space dot dot enter. So now if you're giving CD space dot dot one step back from EC2 hyphen user to home, see here. And again in the home, again if you're typing the CD space dot dot, you will come back to the forward slash root. So forward slash means root directory. So right now you are in root directory. If you want, you can directly type pwd and you can check this. Where you are in the root directory. You are in the root directory. Okay, well and good. So what are the information is available in this root directory? Yes, we can check that. Type ls, list the directory, ls command is list, hit enter. So these are the files and directories are available in the root section. These are the files and directories available in the root section. So now we will understand, okay, now we will understand each and every file, what it is, what is the responsibilities. We will learn now. So then only when we are working in the future works, which is related to Linux, so these folders and files are very, very important too. Some kind of application installation, some type of data copying, So these files are folders are very, very important. Everybody you need to know. Fine. Linux file structure. Okay. Linux file structure. Basically, we called as FHS. Do you know what is the meaning of FHS? Any idea? Full?
File hierarchy system, I guess.
Exactly. Hierarchical structure. Okay. Structure. Full hierarchical structure. So by default, the drive is, first location is slash. So what is a slash? It is a root of directory. Root directory. So in this root directory, there's so many files and directories are available. Perfect. So first we will understand, hey, what is the bin? What is a bin directory? So, you know, bin means binary. So shortcut we called as bin. Okay. So what is the use of this bin? So which will store the binary files, which will store the binary files. What is meaning of binary files? So going forward, we will run some commands, right? Just know few commands we run. What are the commands? Print work directory, cd space dot dot, ls. These commands are binary files. Okay, these are our commands. So basically, a normal commands will be stored on the Linux server in binary file system. In a binary file system. So, which stores, okay, binary files. It stores binary files. Example, normal commands. Normal commands. So next, one more bin file is available that is called sbin. Sbin. Okay? Sbin. So what is meaning of sbin? So bin and sbin both are same, but the difference is both are store the commands only. In bin, a normal commands will be available, and in this particular sbin, super commands will be available. So that means sbin means super bin. Bin means normal bin. Sbin means super bin. So which stores binary files only. Okay, which stores binary files, super user commands. Only administrator we can run those commands. Going forward, I'll show you. So what are the super user commands, where we are using, why we are using, we can. Next, what is the next file? We'll go to boot. 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 The name itself, it is giving that boot. So boot images will be available in this particular directory. Boot images. So when you turn on the system, the main configuration files will be loading and it will be running the operating system and displaying the console. The main configuration files is nothing but boot images. Yes, the file name called in Linux, okay, initial, okay, the RAM SF file will be there. That file will be stored in the boot images. So this is the main file which will load the operating system. So approximately this file size will be 200 to 500 MB size. Okay, 200 to 500 MB size will be available. And along with that, one more file will be there. That's called grub. Okay, grub. So this is a very, very important files will be stored in the boot images. In case if RAM SF grub file, it is deleted or maybe corrupted, so your operating system will not work. Your operating system will not work. So next, the next file is dev /dev. So what is meaning of /dev? It is a device file. Okay, device files. So what type of devices we are using in our system? Huh? Any example? DVD, huh? USB, CD, floppy is there, but nowadays we are not using it. Okay, so etc. 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 So the DVD information, USB information, and CD information will be stored in the device files. Device file. Next.
Sorry, sir, I'm interrupting. I just want to know about the boot. Some more example means when we restart any system, then this boot drive boot will be work on that case.
Whether you're rebooting and you power on, booting will be happen. Okay. So rebooting means it will be shut down and power on, right? Again, it is a booting. Its machine is already shut down. It is a switch on the CPU. It will power on the machine. Again, it's booting.
Yes.
So the boot images files are very important to load your operating system.
So every time when we restart or shut down, new files created.
Hardly. Honestly, I'm telling that maybe in your human body, okay, systole and diastole. You know systole and diastole. What is meaning that? So the pumping the blood to the heart and come out the blood. So that's kind of systole and diastole. The same kind of boot images. If you want to run the operating system, these files are important. If you want the operating should be running, the boot images should be working properly. It should not corrupt the RAM SF and grub file.
No, actually, when I'm saying that, I mean to say that when we restart and reboot means restarting again and again, the same file we append the new logs or means like new or the different file every time will be created in the boot.
That's a different
Initial.
story. That's a different story. Okay, that's a different story. Booting means what? It's powering on and displaying the screen. Okay. Again, you want to shut down and powering on? That is called rebooting. And which file will be taking care? Maybe one of the file in this boot image. Maybe, may not be. No idea. But these files are, if you want to use your system, these files are very important.
Okay.
Okay.
Rajesh, I mean, I also have some doubt. Like, suppose you power on any device, right? The very first step it will happen in the firmware, the BSP. It will tell you that in the operating system there is a boot file. And
Exactly.
then the boot file, it will like, I mean, tell your operating system now. please turn on, right?
Only during the
So
booting. Only during the booting, this
yeah,
files will
booting.
come
Yes,
into the picture. After that, remaining files will be loading properly
correct.
the operating system file. So what are the operating system file in your maybe Red Hat Linux, SUSE
Mhm.
Linux, Fedora Linux, different
Yes,
operating system, that operating system will work.
yes. So I think the basic program, I mean the BSP, whatever in the firmware, it is the first program. It will tell the boot that
Exactly. Yeah.
you load the operating system.
So we call it as post process. Okay.
Ah,
In a
okay.
post process, power on self test. If the machine is power on, and it will initializing all the hardware like a RAM, CPU, hard disk, motherboard, everything, then it will tell that hey, operating system is on so and so location. Please boot that operating system. So who will tells that? RAM, SF, and grub file only. If these files are getting corrupted, and you are unable to find out the operating system file, that's a main important thing. Okay. So post means power on self test. Huh? I'm removing here. Next drive is ETC drive, I think so. Okay, ETC drive we can discuss. ETC. So this ETC drive, it will store Linux configuration file. So operating system configuration file will be stored. So almost 98% of configuration Linux configuration files will store. Okay, 98% of a Linux operating system configuration file will be stored. So that's why whenever you are executing any programs now, mostly you'll go to /etc. So in that file only the configuration files are available. Maybe this etc directory going forward, mostly you'll be seeing in the DevOps concepts. Okay, web server configuration. In that area we will see. Next, /home. This is user related home directories. Okay, directories part. So not only one user, users related. Okay, users related home directories path. So right now in this machine, the home directory is there. Okay. Now I'm going to another window. So where currently I'm available in /home, cd space dot dot. Right now I'm in home directory. If I type list, I have only one user is there. In case if I'm creating another user like Galib, Rajesh, okay, any name, the names will be displaying here. Exactly similar to in your Windows machine, see users folder. Similar to your users folder. Okay, what are the users you are creating here? Same path will be available. Example, /home /Mahesh /home /Rajesh /home /EC2 -user. So EC2 hyphen user, right? This is a way that users will be created. So like a slash home, Mahesh, Rajesh, EC2 hyphen user. These type of users will be available. Any questions here? No questions?
No, Rajesh. No, from my side, I don't know.
So next, slash lib. So slash lib means libraries. Okay. So system supported library files. System supported lib files. So why it is meaning of library? So when we are executing any programs, the supported library files will be running on the background. Then only the job will get executed. So these library files are two types, /lib/lib64. So 32-bit related any work will be running /lib it will work. And if any 64-bit related works, and this will be running on the /lib64. So mostly in Windows system also, program files will be there. Program files 86. Program files 86 means 32-bit, and the program files means 64-bit. So this is the differentiations will be there. Same way, even Linux machine also /lib/lib64. Next, /media. So normally when we are working on your system, sometimes drivers will be required to run your job. So the extra drivers for the media will be stored in the media directory. Okay. Extra drivers for media files. And next, mount point, MNT. So MNT means mount point. So what is the purpose we are using? Suppose you have a pen drive. You are inserting the pen drive to your system. So pen drive need to accessible from the system, right? But there should be a separated drive we'll be creating. So that is called mount point drive. So when we are inserting, then only it will work. When you're removing, it will not work. Okay. This is extra drives for removable devices.
Can
So-
you please elaborate this? I did not clear this concept.
Okay. Normally in your system, so here it is there. Suppose if you are inserting the pen drive, so it will be visible or it will disappear.
Pen drive is
Here it will be showing like removable device. Pen drive will
removable
be
device.
showing
Yeah, it
Instant,
can be.
Sony. So what is this? This is called mount point. It's a mount.
Okay.
So that drive will be MNT drive in Linux.
Okay. Okay, understood.
Right. Next. So mount point is we explain. OPT drive. So OPT drive is an optional drive. So what is the purpose we are using? Sometimes other than software files, third-party applications we are installing. So third-party software's related information will be stored in the OPT drive. Okay? Third-party related software data.
Like log files, right?
No, not like that. I'll show you.
Okay.
In Windows Mission, see, here if you go here, in Windows folder, different folders will be creating. Huh? Different folders will be creating. Suppose Microsoft.NET only will be creating in these files. If any other application, if you install, the separate drives will be installed here, like a program data, different folders. Example, Citrix related files only installing here. Apple related files only will be installing. Intel related only. Microsoft related only. TechSmith related only. Wondershare related only. So third party. So separate folders will be created, the respected files. If you want, we can go and we can check that. The related supported files for the software. But in Linux Mission, we are using OPT drive. Any third party related software data, you can check from the OPT drive. Got it?
Sir, a part of the OS, all the files, all the softwares which we will install in that
Exactly.
that will be in the third party
Yes.
category.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
So next, proc. So what is meaning of proc? It's a process drive. Okay. It's a process drive. So basically we call it a system inventory details drive. Okay. Whatever the hardware related information in the system and usage will be stored in this particular proc drive. So system inventory details it will store. Okay. That is a hardware related information, like a usage, how much their usage, like a example, RAM, CPU, hard disk, like this information. So guys, in your Windows Mission, go to taskbar. Okay, there is a processes will be there. How much CPU, how much memory, how much disk, how much network. Yeah, the same drive is a proc drive. Processes drive. System related processes will be stored on that particular drive. In Windows Mission, you are going like this, and Linux machines, we are going to this particular directory location. Got it?
All process related, even the process ID, that also be mentioned
Exactly.
detailed here.
See, very simple. This is a Windows, that's a Linux, that's it. Every information, the detailed information, it will be stored on that. So whenever we installing some services, we will see the process, what is the process ID, everything we will see going forward classes.
Okay.
Right. Next, root drive. So root user directory. So already slash is available, right? This is a root directory. But why again root? Any clarification? Why again root? So basically, when we are in the root, it will be pointed to root directory only. Whatever the job we are performing, that will be saved in this particular root. And that's why specially we created a any type of work in the root level, the job will be get created on the root level. So home directory, only normal users will be available. Root user, only root will be available. Even name also root. Linux machine root user name is, full administrator name is root, R-O-O-T, root. In Windows machine, we called as administrator. In Windows machine, similar way, Linux machine user directory, that's a root directory name is root. Example, suppose in your Windows system, if you go to C, users folder, some user name will be administrator, right? How look like a desktop, download, favorites, documents, similar way, similar way. Any questions? Next, /run. So what is meaning of run? We called as run means auto mount points. Auto mount points. So what is meaning of auto mount points? I'll tell you. NFS drives. Suppose in your company there are multiple systems are there and you're working in the project. So some project related information, they'll keep it in some drive. Okay. Project info. This project info will be running on one of the server. See, one of the server, this project information will be stored. See. It's a very confidential. And suppose you're joining to the project. You're joining into the project. This is you. Like other people also in your team, they're joining into the project. Suppose these are the Linux machines. If you keep on, you're accessing the data, it's very difficult. You will be creating some network drive, network file share will be enabled here. This drive will be getting connected to each and every system. Each and every system will get connected like this. Okay. This is called NFS mount point. This is called NFS mount point. So this mount point will be configured to the Linux machine. Okay. The main directory equal as run. So by using the run mount point, we are getting connected. Understood? Is that clear? So suppose myself, I'm updating this information. So the rest of the people can able to access. Either I can provide access to other people, either I can restrict. This is called network file share. NFS share. So the NFS share will be connecting with the particular server IP address and shared path. Suppose I'm connecting like this. 192.168.1.101 /NFS share like this. So This type of path we will be get connected. So this path, how will be get connected means run. Next,
Sorry, sir. Uh, I was waiting to complete this concept, and after I need to be asked. Actually, NFS share is like some document for the project wise. Any particular location they
it
have.
is a drive. No, it is a drive. You can keep any file.
Okay, so that will be a shareable for the some persons, and the other will be restricted. That
Yes.
part is there.
Yes.
So NFS is a particular folder where is the not a publicly, it will be shareable for the some users.
Exactly. Like this.
Okay.
So this is an NFS server. This is NFS server. This is a NFS share. Okay.
Okay. Fine. Thank you.
So in this NFS share, project info directory is there that will be shared to multiple people. How they are connecting? The NFS share will be some address path will be there with the help of IP address. They'll be getting connected.
Address path is same for every user.
Every user. Address path is same for every user. Correct. Okay. Next, SRV. SRV directory. So service related directory. Service related directory. All the Linux related services, any other applications once you install on the Linux server, that services related, everything will be stored on this SRV. Example, in your machine, so if you go to run services.msc, if you go here and you'll see the list of services, okay, in Windows, the same way, whatever the services are installed on the Linux machine, it will be stored in /srv. It will be stored in the /srv. Any questions? Next. Next, sys, SYS. So system related directories. System related directories. Example, file system, kernel module, and supported files. So these are the files will be stored. So even in Windows machine also, there is a file name called, the folder name called system. Where is the system? See Windows system. So system related files will be there. So in Windows, for 64-bit separate folder, for 32-bit separate folders will be there. But in Linux machine, only one folder will be there, sys files. Next, /usr, user directory. Okay. Local system information will be there. Okay. Local system information will be there. So basically, in older version of Linux, bin and sbin, okay, are stored in user file only, but now they have separated they'll be directly showing on the root directory. Previously, bin and sbin are stored in user directory only. Now they have removed from this user and they'll be keep it in a separate bin and sbin. Okay. Next, the final one. Where all system related user configuration and working log informations will be stored. All system related user configuration, working logs information will be stored. Okay, these are log monitoring services. For log monitoring, any type of configuration we did, any type of work you are performing on your Linux machine, the related logs will be stored. The related logs will be stored on the WAR. So WAR also very important. Okay, going forward, you will see most of the times work in the WAR location. So this is the total files in Linux, their responsibilities for everyone. So please carefully you can read this and understand what is the purpose of the directory we'll be using. Okay, and tomorrow we can start practicing the direct commands. Okay, the direct commands with some scenarios we will practice. So now I'm giving this the notes. Please take it. Don't worry, we will send these notes by WhatsApp also. But meanwhile, if you want anyone copy, you please copy from the chat section. So before ending this class, any questions?
Hello.
Please.
Yeah, actually, in the WhatsApp group, you are shared like one Google Sheet, right? So that Google Sheet I am not able to access. I raised the request.
Please call. You please call to Vanilla. Okay. There is
Yeah.
an admin is there, right, in a WhatsApp group. You please
Yeah.
call her. She
Okay.
will take care of.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Thanks.
If no questions, then I'll stop the record. Thank you all. I'll see you tomorrow.